Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and by now, most of you who have been checking in for the last 7 days have collected this mega rank up ticket. So I wanted to cover some best choices, some of my thoughts for the best characters for the mega rank up ticket, depending on whether you're going to keep the character at tier 1 or whether you're going to push the character to tier 2, because this question still gets asked by me a lot from new players, from intermediate players, even from veteran players who just have more of a free-to-play type account, or they just recently unlocked a few biosub or X-Gene sub exclusive characters, and they're really not sure between 1 or 2 or 3 which ones to do. But before we get into the lists that are kind of roughly in order, I wanted to thank you guys because the last month in April, we're now in May, but in April we had a huge month and for the channel, for us, and the support was insane. We cracked over 2 million views for the month, which is our all-time record. It was over 2.2 million views, and in the last week, I believe, of April, it was over 500,000. It was almost 600,000 in just a week, which is insane. And yeah, it means a lot to me. I love it. Love you guys. Corniness over, but thank you so much. Yeah, I like you guys. So anyways, let's talk about this mega rank up ticket. Who are you going to use the mega rank up ticket on? So the general consensus, the wisdom of the community is that you should never use the mega rank up ticket on farmable characters. You also cannot use the mega rank up ticket on native tier 2s. And I know it sounds silly for me to say this, but I've actually been asked this question at least 3 or 4 times already in the past couple of days. So you can't use it on Corvus, you can't mega rank up Thanos or anyone like that, and you shouldn't mega rank up characters that you can farm, like Warpath or Angel or Winter Soldier or Hulk. I guess you can't farm Hulk, so Hulk would be a slightly better choice. But in addition to not using the mega rank up ticket on native tier 2s, not using the mega rank up ticket on farmables, it's also a bad idea to use the mega rank up ticket on characters from bioselectors that have a reduced cost. So I'm talking your Hulks, your Nebulas, those types of characters who recently got their cost reduced through the newest update, and they posted a list of all of the characters who had their costs reduced. And basically the cost reduced means that the gear rolls, instead of being 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 for the bios that you're needed, it's always just 1. Even if it's gear 15 or gear 19, it's just 1 bio. To actually tier 2 the character, instead of 150 bios, it's only 75. So generally speaking, those characters are just easier to rank up. They also require half the bios to get to 6 stars, so it's just not really worth it. You want the full value of the mega rank up ticket. So that being said, how are you going to get the full value of the mega rank up ticket? Well, if you don't give a shit about what I just said, you can go ahead and mega rank up ticket whoever you want. You can mega rank up ticket Warpath, or someone easy to farm like Spider-Man, or maybe not Spider-Man, Captain America, if you really want to. But I strongly advise against it, because there are tons of characters who are much better targets for your mega rank up tickets. And the list goes like this. These are the best tier 1 mega rank up tickets. Now, I have to specify, because you need to basically decide, this is the most important factor, is the character going to stay at tier 1 when you use the mega rank up ticket, or what are the chances that you will get the character to tier 2? Because that will really shift the value of the mega rank up ticket, and it also changes the value of the character themselves. Some characters are much stronger at tier 1, and I mean, they get even stronger at tier 2, of course, but some characters are basically useless at tier 1, i.e. Valkyrie. She's not even on this list, and she's only useful at tier 2. So, Luna Snow is obviously always number 1. Ghost Panther is just an amazing tier 1 on his own. All of the support characters have to be tier 2 to get their supports, to get that main support value. And so if you just compare tier 1s, Nick Fury's got a good leadership, better than Ghost Panther's, but Ghost Panther's leadership is still good, and Ghost Panther's just a much better character at tier 1. He's got lower cooldowns, he's got 10 seconds of immunity, he's got higher damage, he's just overall a better character than Nick Fury, and he doesn't even have a uniform yet, and he's a universal type, which makes him more flexible for game modes. But you go down the list: Sentinel, Nick Fury, we've talked about what makes those characters good. Sentinel's a villain, got a good leadership, and you can use his tier 2 summons when he's at tier 1, because they don't get penalized by the Shadowland penalty, so you can use a tier 1 Sentinel on any Shadowland stage up to 30. Nick Fury is just good leadership and decent damage. Of course, Gambit is a good tier 1 character. He's a lot lower on this list at tier 1 because I think his damage really comes to life at tier 2. He gets a lot stronger. He gets a lot of damage increasing effects from Royal Flush, his passive, and he just needs those stat boosts to get over 20,000 energy attacks so you can start doing some crazy damage with his 5th skill. Then you've got, Weapon Hex. Weapon Hex comes in a little bit ahead because she has more value at tier 1. Most of her value comes from her skills, so that's really important. And then, this is good. Her tier 2 passive is good, but you have her heal at tier 1. You have her all defense down. You have her 5th skill with the mind control and the paralyze. So yeah, it's really not that you're not gaining that much more in tier 2 that you didn't already have at tier 1. Juggernaut's a little bit worse at tier 1 because he doesn't have his heal yet, so he's pretty low down on the list despite being a good character. If his heal was tied to his 4-star passive, he would be a lot better, but that's why Juggernaut is basically the last rare character. The other thing you should think about when you're thinking about these tier 1 characters is if you have any of the premium hero chests. You may want to consider mega ranking up the character before you open the chest. And I know that sounds weird, and I can't actually show you because I've completed all the quest packs, but there are quite a lot of premium hero chests from the quest packs. I know that sounds weird. You want to mega rank them up before you open the premium hero chest, because if you get the character at 3 stars or 4 stars or 5 stars in the premium hero chest, and then you already had them at 1 star, you can't really use the mega rank up ticket on them anymore. You're wasting that. But if you mega rank them up and then you open them from the premium hero chest, then you will get the bios for that character that you can start putting towards their gears. Actually, I have a premium hero chest here. So if that makes sense, if I have a 1-star Gambit, I should mega rank him up and then open this chest, and if I got Gambit again, I would get the bios for Gambit and I can start working on his gears. But if I opened this up, I would have just gotten an upgraded 1-star to 3-star Gambit, and then it just takes away the value of my mega rank up ticket a little bit. Now, here's the more important one. If you want to take the character to tier 2, now I just to reiterate really quickly for the tier 1s, I put Victorious and Colossus there at the bottom because it does speed along both the Mr. Fantastic and the Deadpool acquisition. It doesn't help you get Strife and Doctor Doom that much faster, but it does help you unlock those 6-star native tier 2 heroes faster for their epic quests in particular. And then Spider-Man and Crescent, or just kind of whatever. But if you want to get the character to tier 2, if you are going to tier 2 the character, the list does look a little bit different. Luna Snow and Ghost Panther are still at the top because they're just amazing, but now Nick Fury vaults up ahead of Sentinel. Sentinel actually drops down quite a bit because he just doesn't get as much from his tier 2. His tier 2 would have probably made him a better PvP character, but he's still not good enough for PvP, and so it's just not that important to get him to tier 2. You're not going to see a huge jump in his value, just faster clear speeds, but Nick Fury gets the passive support, Ghost Panther gets the passive support, Gambit gets the insane damage, and that's why he comes in at number 4, Weapon Hex gets even stronger, Juggernaut gets even stronger. Juggernaut and Weapon Hex, I think they're kind of like toe in toe. You could move Juggernaut up 1, you could move Weapon Hex down 1 if you need a villain versus needing a hero, but Minerva's there for the combat type, so do you need another villain? But yeah, Juggernaut's very good, and so is Weapon Hex. But then we see Valkyrie coming in at like number 7, and that is because she gets her complete value from tier 2. So if you're not going to tier 2 her, just completely forget about her. But if you are going to tier 2 her, she actually has value because she has that same passive. It's not quite, it's pretty much the worst one in the game. It's not quite as good as Coulson's because it doesn't have the guaranteed crit rate, but otherwise it still does give you a buff, and it applies to all allies, so it's flexible, and you can use her for buffing heroes and villains in any sort of fight against another villain. Rounding out the list after Victorious and Colossus, Crescent and Spider-Man 2099 really don't get that much from being tier 2, and it's going to cost you a lot. So I actually didn't list them here, but I would list them below Agent Venom and Killmonger. Perhaps you could make an argument for Crescent as being a little bit better than Killmonger. Killmonger I'm only putting on this list because I know a lot of you guys will mega mythic his uniform in order to get that CTP of energy. So why not get an additional tier 2 character if you're going to mega rank up ticket Killmonger in the first place from 1 star to 6 stars. He's not an amazing character. He's not excellent. He's definitely worse than Agent Venom or Anti-Agent Venom or Agent Anti-Venom, but he's still good enough to use for things like Alliance Conquest, mid-level Shadowland, and he's somewhat fun to play. He's a little bit more unique than Black Panther. But these are the two lists that I wanted to break down for you guys. Outside of these characters, you can really just go ahead with whoever you want, but I obviously skipped all of the super bad Biosub and X-Gene sub characters. I mean, Magic you could put on this list as well. If you're going to tier 2 her, she would probably be around the Agent Venom list stage. I'll actually put her in now as I'm talking. But besides Magic, there's really not anyone else from the X-Gene sub that I literally covered all of the characters. And then from the Bio sub, it's just really, really bad stuff. Carnage is really terrible. Enchantress is just kind of like whatever. She's low damage, and her only trick is the charm. You know, don't even talk to me about Ironheart. Kid Kaiju, I guess, could be on this list, but he can't get level 70 yet, so he's not really as good as any of these other characters besides maybe Killmonger. And then the rest is just kind of like, yikes. The last one I would say that is a possibility if you really are dying to play with Doctor Strange is to mega rank up Clea, because she's probably the hardest one next to Victorious and Colossus to actually collect. So that is another option for you. I don't list her there because I think Mr. Fantastic and Deadpool are quite a bit stronger than Doctor Strange. But, I mean, if you really love Magic and the Sorcerer Supreme, it's definitely not the worst use for your mega rank up ticket. And you can keep her at tier 1 because you don't need her at tier 2 to unlock the good doctor. Let me know what you guys think of the mega rank up breakdown and the do's and the don'ts. Subscribe if you enjoy the content and you want to support me. And, of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.